What if the strength of your life is not measured by your achievement, but by the covenant you keep? Our culture often treats relationships casually. Marriage as contract, family ties as optional, friendship as disposable. And yet Scripture reveals something radically different. Covenant. A covenant is not just an agreement. It's an abiding alliance before God, tested by fire, sustained by sacrifice, and rewarded with blessing. When you understand the power of covenant, you begin to see why honoring and protecting your alliance determines the fruitfulness of your future. Welcome to Wisdom Etc., the space where we seek to unpack and understand eternal wisdom. My name is Flavio, and this month we are looking at relationships. Today's video is about the power of covenant, protecting the alliances that shape your life. Last week we looked at family as a place to experience God's redemptive love. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out after this one. And don't forget, you can also follow us on Instagram for your daily insights. We would love to connect with you there. We often reduce covenant to symbols: a wedding band, a family name, a signed contract. But the true covenant is not worn on the outside. It is written in the heart. A covenant is intimacy. It is unity. It is purpose and endurance. And here's the hard truth: no covenants remain untested. Fire, whether in the form of passion or pressure, it will reveal whether the bond is strong. For example, a marriage that survives only in good times is not a covenant. It is convenience. Friendship that collapse under disagreement are not covenant. They are preference. But when you endure hardship, when you forgive failure, and you choose unity, you prove that covenant is real. The first covenant you ever experienced was with your parents. You were born into their lineage, sharing both blessings and the brokenness. This is why the first commandment with a promise is honor your father and mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Now, honoring your parents does not mean agreeing with everything they have done. It means recognizing their God-given place in your story. Some parents, they bless abundantly. Others wound deeply. But even when family history is painful, you can choose to break these generational cycles, release forgiveness, and say, the curse ends with me, ends now. So in doing so, you step into the blessing that covenant was always meant to bring. God reveals himself through covenant. He covenanted with Noah after the flood, with Abraham as the father of many nations, and later with Israel as his people. But supremely, he has a covenant with us through Christ. And notice that God's covenants are never broken by his failure, only by ours. And yet, even when we fail, his mercy restores. And that is the nature of true covenant. It carries both goodness and forgiveness of God. Your very access to God today rests on covenant. Jesus did now, he did not bow to temptation because his covenant the covenant he had with the Father, that covenant was unshakable. And through Jesus' covenant, you and we can now approach God's throne. This is how powerful covenant is. It opens doors that nothing else can. if covenant is so vital, where do you start? Well, scripture gives us a divine order, right? Your parents, God, your spouse, your children, your close friends, your business partners, and the wider community that is entrusted to you. Some of these covenants cannot be replaced. For example, God, your parents, your spouse, your children. Others you can choose wisely. But each alliance carries a responsibility. Your responsibility to honor, to protect, and to invest in. When these alliances are strong, your life multiplies in strength and blessing. But when they are weak or broken, you feel exposed and vulnerable. No wonder the enemy's greatest strategy is to break covenants. The enemy wants to divide families, corrupt marriages, and isolate believers. This vision is always the enemy's weapons, but unity in covenant is God's shield. So what does it look like in your daily life? It begins with honor. Honor your parents, whether by caring for them in old age or blessing them with your prosperity or remembering them with gratitude. By protecting your marriage, by investing the best energy that you have into your marriage. By raising your children, not just with provision, but with training, with blessing, with time, and release purpose into your children. Your friendship, choose friends who will walk with you through fire. Partner in business only where there is a shared purpose in what you do. And serve your community as a steward of those God has entrusted to you. Now, even in difficult situations where family history is marked by abuse, absence, or betrayal, covenant calls you to forgive. Forgiveness does not excuse wrongdoing, but it releases you from its grip. It ends cycles of pain and opening the way for healing, for restoration, for God's blessing. Your life is defined by the covenants you keep. They are not casual. They are sacred. They are not optional. They are foundational. Covenant multiplies strength, releases prosperity, and protects destiny. So here's the question for you. Are you honoring the covenant in your life, or are you neglecting them? Take time this week to reflect on each level. Your parents, your relationship with God, your covenant with God, your spouse, children, your friends, your partners, and the people around you. Ask yourself, am I protecting this covenant or letting it drift? Your call to action this week is choose one covenant relationship to strengthen. Speak words of honor. Take a step of forgiveness if you have to. Make an act of investment. Whatever you do, do it intentionally and watch how God's blessing begins to flow. Because covenant is not just about the past. Covenant is the foundation for your future. So you must protect it and you will prosper in it. Now, please like, subscribe to Wisdom, etc. And I hope you like this video. I hope it's been meaningful to you. Why not share with those who perhaps need to hear about this message of covenant? Perhaps will be relevant to them as well. I will see you next time. God bless you. Peace.